Hello, my beautiful pumpkins, and welcome to today's Pick a Card. In this reading, we are going to be focusing on the good news, the blessings that are coming to you, and what exciting things will be coming in the near future. They also could be things that currently surround you too, so no real time frame on this, but I would say honestly, within the next month, 6 weeks, 2 months, somewhere in that range is kind of what I set intention for. These readings are timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're coming across the reading, it will apply to that area of your life. Even if you see this 2 years after upload, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and choose from these piles. We have pile number 1 with a yellow candle, pile number 2 with a pink candle, pile number 3 with a blue candle, and pile number 4 with a purple candle. And the timestamps will all be listed down below for you in the description as well as the top of the comment section. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the music for all of you so you can meditate with the card piles a little bit, and then we will get into the readings. All right, pile number 2. If you chose this pile, you chose the yellow candle. It's kind of like a goldenrod yellow candle, and yellow candles actually correspond to joy, happiness. They also correspond to air signs because yellow is often represented in the elements as the color yellow. And so this is going to be air signs Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Now, that doesn't mean that you are one of those signs, but you could be wanting to attract one or have someone that you're wanting communication with because air represents communication. Please know that yellow is not the color that is specifically for all of those air signs. Individually, I believe yellow corresponds to Gemini specifically, but because yellow is often used to communicate the element of air, that's why I bring up all of the air signs. So, you can set an intention for any of those things that I've mentioned, joy, happiness, anything like that. Or you can set any kind of an intention you want to. All that I ask is that you pick something that you want to bring into your life and you place your left and right hands over your heart center, because we as humans, the highest vibration that we can attune ourselves to is the vibrational frequency of love. So when we're setting an intention, you always want to go from this heart-centered space because your heart chakra is right there too, and that is the conduit that actually links your upper and lower chakras as well. So it's just the heart chakra is just some good stuff, okay? I don't know why I'm feeling compelled to tell y'all this, pile number 1. Maybe some of you needed to know, but that heart center, it really, when you start working with your heart and opening up your heart chakra, you will see magical things in your life happen, I promise. But go ahead and put your left and right hands over your heart and think of that intention. And we're just going to take one big, deep belly breath together. So you're going to take it all the way in, expand your stomach on that intention. Sorry, I lost my breath for a second there, but let's go ahead and take that deep breath together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my enchanted lighter and we are going to light this baby up and put that blessing out into the universe for ourselves. So we have here, I feel like the flame is very small starting out. I know it's kind of hard to see from that angle, but I will do my best to describe it to you. Flame is a little small starting out. It's getting to a bit more of an average point right now. But to me, I feel like many of you maybe have been feeling very small, very closed off. I'm getting this image of someone in fetal position, just kind of curled up with your arms around your legs, just not really wanting to to be seen, maybe wanting to be more invisible. And now this isn't going to be every single person that picked pile number one, but I feel like some of you might have a little bit of a fear of being seen. And Spirit just wants you to know that you're allowed to be seen, you're allowed to be heard. And if you are having a hard time because other people around you have silenced that out of you, just know that those are not your people. You are allowed to choose any family on this planet Earth that you want to, and even beyond this Earth, honestly, if you're into that. But you are allowed to choose anyone that you want to. And just, recently this actually came up this week between a friend and I. We were just discussing that, or I mentioned that when you can't find your circle of friends or your group of people that really resonate with you, it's because you're the person that is supposed to start that group. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and move this candle up over here so we can keep our eyes on it in the reading. But just see if we get any flame activity from our guides or angels. But let's go ahead and take a peek at the cards, pile number one. So we have for you the Three of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, literally exactly what I just said. I'll explain this after I lay these out. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands for you. We have the Nine of Swords. I knew this card was going to come out. When I was shuffling, this Nine of Swords showed itself to me a couple of times. I knew somebody was going to get it. Knight of Pentacles. Five of Swords. And then we also have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so in terms of good news coming, the first thing I want you to know is that there are people that are willing to support you and everything that you are and everything that you're doing, and they are going to be about you. Because with that Three of Pentacles, kind of like what I said with that first message with the candle flame, with that first message, we have this Three of Pentacles and we see people kind of working together to create this beautiful piece of art together. And they don't look like they're arguing about it. They're trying to make something together. And I feel like many of you, that's what you're looking for, is people to make something beautiful with. And that could also come in the form of a partner as well, like a romantic partner. But I really want to focus here more on the intention of friendships, families, whatever that might be for you, however that dynamic looks for you. But I do believe that that is going to be coming. You're going to be meeting new connections in your life. If you feel like you haven't been making a lot of them, there might be somebody that's already in your life that you've never really realized how well you would click at this point in time. I got to tell y'all, 2020 was a insane year for a lot of people. I would argue to say most people, it was kind of an insane year. And you would be surprised how many people have evolved, changed, and up-leveled their consciousness. I have heard more about the up-leveling of consciousness from people that I would have least expected it from. So, give people a chance. I feel like you would be really surprised. Then we have the Page of Wands coming out for you. I feel like this is you possibly setting out on a journey for something new, because we have this person depicted here kind of going, the woods don't look like dark or deep. It actually kind of has like this very sunny field behind them. And honestly, I really get the impression that you're kind of thinking like, do I go down this path? Like you might find that you're kind of questioning things within the next couple of months, or questioning something really serious. And Spirit wants you to know that whatever you feel like, whatever hurdle you have to get through to get to the other side, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. You're going to be met with this beautiful sunny field. I'm seeing an image specifically of sunflowers, of you like dancing in sunflowers, letting the sun rain down on you. I'm getting the chills as I'm talking about this. I feel like you're going to find this beautiful time of euphoria coming into your life. And so whatever you're feeling kind of concerned or questioning about, Spirit wants you to know to go for it. Now we have the Nine of Swords, and I actually feel like this card coming out in terms of good news really represents an end of these times, an end of this being up late, worried, not getting enough sleep, not feeling like things in life are going to work out, not feeling so in sunset mode, we will call it. We're going to be looking more towards a sunrise, good things happening, good things coming. And with that, the Nine of Swords is here to tell us that, that on that part of your life, if something has been really hard, that time is actually ending. That time is going away. Then with the Knight of Pentacles here, I love this because we have a page and then going into a knight, because whenever you, even though they're different suits, it's really awesome when you see things like this, when you see kind of like, because page comes before the knight, and then it goes queen and then king in the court cards. So whenever you see a transition or a buildup of something like this, this is great. I love to see this. This is also really cool because we have a 3 of Pentacles and then all the way over here, a Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is honestly going to be you feeling like you have a totally new blank slate in your life. You have this beautiful golden, literally, he's holding this golden opportunity. You're going to be presented with this golden opportunity coming soon. Spirit really wants to drive that point home, that you're going to have this golden opportunity, and Spirit tells you, take it. Take the, like, same with the Page of Wands too. Take this golden opportunity and really dive into it and explore it. I feel like you're going to have a lot of limiting, self-doubting beliefs of, I'm not good enough for this. Maybe some imposter syndrome coming up. I'm not good enough for this. I can't handle this. Why am I being called on to do this? But Spirit is assuring you that you are the perfect person for this to come into your consciousness and to do it. And I say that because even in, I'm going to reference Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic. In the book, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert's, she actually mentions something about how creative ideas actually don't belong to any one individual person, that they are actually like their own entity. They're their own thought form. And those thought forms of these beautiful, inspired, golden opportunities, they kind of float from host to host. Like we as people would be the host. And they pick hosts that they think will carry that plan into action. I'm getting the chills again. They'll pick on a host that they really feel like is going to carry out the plan, and you are the perfect person to do it. So know that, like, this idea came to you directly from Spirit. It was like a direct divine intervention because you are the perfect person to carry it out. And if you need to come back and watch this video to get that reassurance, I'm here for you, boo. I'm going to keep telling you, I'm going to keep cheering you on, and know that it's for you. So then we also come up on a 5 of Swords. Spirit wants you to know if there's been a lot of contention going on recently between other people, or maybe you've been feeling, kind of like you're not like part of something with others. Like you see, like, okay, so first of all, swords represent our communication. So I feel like there's maybe been a breakdown in communication somewhere with someone, or I'm really feeling it's a group of people. I feel like many of you, maybe you've actually just lost a bunch of friends, or you've had friendships kind of come and go. I don't know why friends is coming through so strongly in this reading. It could also be family, but I feel like many of you maybe are just feeling really hurt by some words that were said, or something that wasn't handled correctly or handled in a kind-mannered way, and you kind of expected better. And Spirit is saying, like, don't let these things hold you back. Like, Spirit knows you're upset and knows that this is something that you did not deserve, but like, this is a moment that has arisen for you to grow from the experience, that the next, like, there's something in there to be garnered, even if it's more self-worth for you, even if it's coming to understand yourself better and give yourself more validation and not need it from outside of you. There's something to be garnered out of this situation. And I feel like it could be a speed bump kind of in your plans, but then we follow it right back up with a Knight of Cups. So we also go from this Knight of Pentacles and then into a Knight of Cups. Now, the differentiation is the Knight of Pentacles works on a very physical, material level. This is pulling things into existence, pulling an idea in and making it physical, making it happen in the physical reality. But I think, honestly, what is going to happen, maybe somebody's going to like shit on your dreams, is kind of the vibe I'm getting here, or not going to, like, either this has happened or it's about to. I know it's not necessarily the best thing that you want to hear when we're talking about good news, but hear me out. So either it's about to, or it already has. Somebody maybe has already kind of crapped on your dreams a little bit and made you feel like, why do I even have these? You know, or something to that regard. But as you kind of question the things that they have said to you, I actually feel like it's going to bring you to a new level of consciousness because, and consciousness is coming through really strong too. It's going to bring you to a new level of consciousness because you're going to be doing things from an emotional standpoint instead of, oh, this can only happen this way because that's what the physical reality is like. It's going to be, no, how can I dream bigger? How can I dream brighter? How can I make things even larger than they are right now? And it's almost more of like a dream-like state. So not like you're at, well, some of you actually might be getting into lucid dreaming. Maybe that's something you've been interested in. Spirit wants you to know that you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to get into lucid dreaming or, astral projecting, I'm hearing too. Those of you that have been wanting to practice that, keep practicing because I think you're going to have some kind of an experience coming up that's going to be life-changing. But we're also reality shifting too, I'm hearing. Like all three of those things are coming up really strong. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to have this like great moment of like, life is such a game and I'm just here to play it to the best of my ability and do it in a way that makes me happy and brings me joy. So that's what we have for those first cards. Let's go ahead and build on that a little bit. So we also have the Creator for you. I'm going to kind of show you these cards like this because they're a little harder to see. We have the Creator. Ooh, and this next card I'm very excited to talk to you about. We have Ask Body. So with the Creator, let's talk about that one first. With the Creator card, this is just really reiterating that you literally are the creator of your own life. And yes, I know there might be outside circumstances, but think of it like this for a moment. If we live, and I personally believe that we do, we live on a plane of mirrors. Whatever is reflecting on the inside continues to be perpetuated outside of us. So if people are telling you like you're lazy, you're good for nothing, you can't do this, that, or the other thing, oftentimes it's because we somewhere in our unconscious or in our conscious mind believe those things about ourselves. And this is what needs to kind of be worked on. And when you're able to do that, I feel like a lot of people are there. Like I said, 2020 was crazy. A lot of people are there. But I feel like there is a lot of people that don't necessarily, like, they're not into the mind-body connection yet. It's something that's like coming in hot and it's new. And I feel like over the next year, like, mark my words on this, I feel like more and more and more people are going to be jumping on that bandwagon because we're proving it. Even scientifically, we're starting to have the research to back it up now. I almost feel like science and spirituality are starting to I already believe they do link. That's why my channel is the way that it is I try to blend that, like the logical mind and the spiritual. So I really feel like we're already kind of getting to that point. But it's so like we're starting to realize that we kind of have to work from the inside out. We can't just say, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing, and I want to do this thing, and these are the goals that I want to have, and then do zero internal work to change it. So that I feel like is really what's coming up strongly as well. As far as good news, Spirit is just reminding you that you hold all the power. There is nothing that anyone can say to you. There is nothing that anyone can do to truly hold you back because this is another good one, another nugget of wisdom from my good friend Hillary. She coming up a lot today. I will laugh if she listens to this video and picks this pile. But talking about how like you're like a river, you need to just kind of let it flow. And we don't try to control the river because we can't. I guess we do when you think about like dams and stuff, but like for this, just go with it. Okay. You got to let it flow. And if there's a rock that shows up in the middle of your river, you don't stop going. You keep going. You just find a new route. So know that you have that in you already. Now with this Ask Body, this is why I was like, the mind-body connection's coming up real strong. There are definitely a lot of things that your body can tell you. And Spirit, I feel like really wants you to study the chakra system if you're already not familiar with it, and pay attention because you really can do this. Okay. I promise everybody has this ability. Everybody. If you get quiet with yourself, take 3 big, deep belly breaths, just really be present with yourself, turn off all distractions, and you ask your body either internally or out loud, where am I storing the pain? And that can be some kind of past trauma. That can be, a multitude of things. But where am I storing the pain? Your body will tell you. You will get like an itch, a twinge, a nudge, something. I promise you it works every single time. I have never had this fail. I've talked to other people about this and it works for them. Spirit is really saying like you need to start to fully possess your body. And in order to really bring these good things into your life that are coming towards you, you have to start really letting your body do the talking too, because we think sometimes that we're just like floating heads. We believe everything that's going on in our minds, but we don't consider the rest of our body, our heart center, the gut. The gut is like the second brain. So we don't consider all these other parts, and you're not a floating head. All right? You're not a floating head. You can ask your body and it will show you what's going on. And so if you feel a twinge in one area where a chakra can correlate, now I'm just talking about the regular like 7 chakras. There are more than just the 7, but Spirit is saying specifically to start with the 7. And you can kind of figure out based on what your body gives you where work needs to be done. This is something that I have practiced intuitively for years. And the more you know, like the easier that process is going to be. So look into that. Now, we also have for you, as more blessings that are coming, we have prosperity for you. So you're going to be getting some money. We love to see it. And passion. Oh my gosh. And I love this because it's right over our Knight of Pentacles and our Knight of Cups. Prosperity really corresponds more to the Knight of Pentacles, and passion is going to come in with that Knight of Cups. So you're going to be either getting reignited and passionate about life. Maybe there's going to be a new really fiery, steamy, romantic connection. If that's something you've been wanting to bring into your life, that is going to come from the result of doing these things. The prosperity, if you feel like you've been financially struggling, you're about to get, like, I believe like this month, the month of March, you're going to receive some kind of money that's going to help you out, or some kind of prosperity. Now, we also have a few more cards here. We have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and let God in. Now, it doesn't have to be God. This can be the universe, Gaia, whatever you choose to speak to specifically. And we also have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas. Ooh, I just got the chills. Look at that candle jumping. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. That was crazy. It was like, I don't know how well you could see it, but I think some of you might have some Pleiadian ancestry. And I'm saying that because like right when I said Pleiades, it was all, and there's no draft in here. I don't have a window open. I do film in front of a window, but the window is not open. And like these windows were brand new when I moved into the house. Like there's no draft coming from over there. And the air's not on, nothing like that. So that was crazy. Love that for us. But with loosening your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in, I feel like that's really what you're probably going to be uncovering. You're going to be uncovering more about your body, and you're going to have to start to, identify how you cope with things, because there are healthy coping mechanisms, but there are some that can be very unhelpful or unhealthy for you. And I think Spirit is also saying to kind of get to this place of moving in the direction you want to go right now, getting more in tune with yourself, taking these golden opportunities and, making these new friends, starting this new circle or new group with yourself and with others, and meeting those people and being like the creator of your life. It's going to take undoing some of that. And with big picture thinking, this I think really corresponds to this idea that's going to come to you. And that candle is jumping again. This is going to come from that, you're going to get maybe even an actual vision. I'm hearing with that visionary, you might get an actual vision or like a download directly from source. So definitely just, stay open, stay protected. We're going to go ahead and just do a few of these cards at the end. These are just some 1-word cards of more blessings that you'll be receiving. So we're just going to go ahead and shuffle these in and see what we get. All right, looks like we got for you. Oh my God, shut up. This card literally says vision. Hold on, I'm going to focus on that. Do you see that? literally says vision. Stop it. Oh my God. Okay, so we got the card of vision. That was insane. Let's go ahead and get you two more and see what's coming. So literally a vision. That's awesome. And don't be scared of that either. Like some people, I feel like it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have a vision. Like that's scary. It also could be you're just getting clear on the vision of your life. We also have, what does that say? Connection. Oh my gosh. So this is like your friendship connections, your family connections. Those are more blessings. Let's go ahead and get one more. This one really wants to be in my hand, this top one. We got forgiveness. Oh, wow. So this could be forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, but that's also forgiveness is a gift. It is a gift to ourselves. No, even if the apology didn't come, even if we didn't receive that, forgiveness really is the gift for self. Now, I'm also going to do an astro dice roll before we get out of here and just kind of see if we can get any last little good messages coming. We got for you the 12th house of healing, or the house of Pisces, Sagittarius, and we also got Libra. So I feel like you're definitely going to be meeting some very charismatic and fun people in terms of people. Maybe you yourself are these signs or people that you want to connect to. That might be how you'll identify. They feel very healing to be around. I'm sorry, that's not Libra. Oh my gosh, when stuff like that happens, I feel like you also needed Libra as an answer. This is actually the North Node. So it's also about following your true north. But as far as Libra and Sagittarius, they are both very charismatic signs. So I feel like you're going to be in like really good company when you meet these new people. And Sagittarius is also about like optimism and expanding your consciousness. I think that's why that's coming up so much, expanding your like understanding of the world around you in like philosophical terms. And the North Node, this is about following your true north. So I'm excited for you. I think there's a lot of good things coming for you, pile number one. So I hope this reading resonated with you. Please do not forget that I have all these cards and my dice, everything listed down below if you want to get it for yourself. And if the reading resonated and you feel called to do so, no expectations, but I certainly appreciate it. I have my Cashapp, Venmo, PayPal listed down below. I do accept tips for my readings, but again, I don't expect it. So it's there if you want it. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram and my podcast. All of that information is down below. And I will catch you all in a future reading. I love you so much. Please do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. I'll see you again next time. Bye, my pumpkins. Hello, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, you chose the pink candle, and pink candles actually correspond to self-love. They can be very like innocent romantic love, but whenever I feel like I need a punch up of some self-love, I always light myself a pink candle. You can set any intention that you want to with this candle. It doesn't have to be anything about self-love, but if you want to do that, that is also like something that can help amplify the intention. But all that I ask that you do is put your left and right hands over your heart. And this is going to help us attach our intention that we're going to set together with our heart center, because love is the highest vibrational frequency that we as humans can attune our energy to bring about our desires and our intentions. So go ahead and think of something you want to bring into your life. And then we're just going to take one big deep belly breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth together on that intention. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my enchanted lighter, and we are going to light this baby up and see what happens. All right, so the wick kind of curled into itself a little bit. I also like, there was kind of like a flicker in the center. You probably couldn't see it super well from your angle. There was a little bit of a flicker. I feel like this is about kind of igniting the inner fire. So this is like igniting yourself to go forward and take really amazing care of yourself, go after something that's ambitious, whatever that might be. And I feel like what Spirit is really saying with this is you need to fill up your own cup before you start pouring to others. And I actually learned something new today, that when people say like, fill up your cup and then you can fill others. It doesn't mean that you fill others from your cup. You actually have your cup and then there's a smaller cup next to your cup. Like, just stick with the analogy for a minute. There's a smaller cup. And so when your cup is overflowing and catching that excess, you can take the smaller cup and give to other people. You don't let other people take from your cup. You want to give people, when you feel like you're feeling good, that's when you can give the best of yourself. So take that for what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and put our beautiful candle up over here so we can see it in the reading still, but we don't catch any of our cards on fire. Let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for you, pile number 2. So we do have the King of Pentacles. What is that? Is he holding a cake? Do you see this? Look at this. I don't know how in focus that's going to be because I don't want to refocus the camera for this, but oh my gosh, he is literally holding a cake. He is literally having his cake and eating it too, and I love that for him. So we also have the Temperance card. We have the Judgment card. Ooh, Judgment was flying out over here. Judgment. We have for you the Five of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So what I'm hearing from Spirit right off the bat is I'm laughing because the phrase that came to my mind, let me explain because it's not what you think. But the phrase that I heard when I pulled out this Five of Pentacles was the lights are on, but no one's home. And it's not like, because I feel like people say that when they're talking about like the lights are on, but like your brain's not home because you're like not smart. But that's not what this Spirit revealed to me just now. Spirit literally was like, no, you feel like you're out in the cold like this person, or you're afraid of that. You're afraid of being left out in the cold when there is the warmth of the inside. Somebody's in there staying warm and they've left you out in the cold, or multiple people. And what I'm hearing from that is that you're afraid that if you speak your truth, that's going to happen to you. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose followers if you're a social media influencer. You're going to lose your audience. You're going to lose family. You're going to lose friends. And I feel like there is this like fear of really speaking up about how you really, really, really feel. And Spirit is telling me at this very moment that a couple of things. Number one, always be who you are. Always be always say what you want to say, always be who you are. And as long as you feel safe, obviously there's going to be some limitation there. If you feel safe in doing so, always say what you need to say. Always speak what's on your heart, because even if the person receiving it doesn't understand it or can't grasp it, that says, and I know it's so cliche, but it's the truth, that says so much more about them, boo. So much more about them than it ever will say about you. And like recently, this kind of came up in my life in a way. I like to give personal examples when they come up because I feel like it helps me to explain what is happening better. So recently I was having a conversation with a family member, and I was mentioning that another family member of mine is a Cancer rising in their birth chart, and that they have just like a very beautiful, tender heart. And I really see that. I feel like they are truly a nurturer. They wake up in the morning and that is who they are at their core. That's the rising sign, right? And with that, this other sibling said, oh, well, she's just so sensitive, can't say anything to her. And I stopped and I said, that says more about you than it does about her, right? That says more about you because you don't have the emotional capacity to hold space for her feelings, but you just haven't met yourself that deeply. And, I don't think she really agreed with me, but that was okay. I didn't need her to agree with me. The point of that story is that like what other people say about you, it doesn't have anything to do with you. I was able to pinpoint that right away. And if this is you and that story came out like for a reason because you needed to hear that, something else that you can say if you're exerting boundaries to someone. I'm also hearing boundaries coming out kind of strongly. If you need boundaries, something else you can say when somebody says something to you about someone else and you don't agree with it, you can say the phrase, oh, I hope you're not saying that to me because you think I agree with it. Like, I hope that that's not what we're doing here. Because sometimes I think like people will just kind of speak their mind. You know, I invite you to do the same with that, especially with this Page of Swords here. Speak your mind. But Spirit is also like saying as well through this, like, don't let people think that don't take your silence for, agreement. You don't have to be quiet. And Spirit wants you to know that the good thing coming for you is you're actually going to be given the strength to start speaking up, to start speaking your truth and being who you are. Because this Judgment card is about, like, she has this music notes coming out of her like musical instrument. And she's kind of playing them out into like this big open space. And it's, she's not afraid. She's stepping very forward and having a good time doing it. And I feel like that's what you're going to be getting. That's what you're going to be receiving, is this ability to communicate how you feel and who you are without being afraid. That can happen for you. I feel like many of you, there is this fear that's right in the middle of it, but Spirit is saying you're going to transcend that. Now, we also have with this King of Pentacles and Temperance and the Eight of Pentacles. These cards to me are really telling me that you are going to be receiving some money. This came up in pile number 1 as well, money. You are going to be receiving some money. We have this king eating his cake, or having his cake and eating it too. And so you are going to be receiving some form of an abundance, but Spirit is also saying with this abundance, make sure that you, make sure that you also take this abundance and invest it back in yourself in a way. Obviously, do have your cake and eat it too, but put it back into yourself in a way that is going to serve you long term. And I'm not talking about necessarily investing unless that's what you're about. I'm talking about like, take a virtual yoga course, invest in an online personal trainer, I don't know why health is coming out so strongly. Maybe some of you have been wanting to do more with your health. Invest in a new journal, invest in a book that you've had your eye on that you think is going to help you. Invest in, you could even do, if you've been looking to get into therapy, which I'm a huge advocate for on this channel as a psychology student myself, you can go to programs like BetterHelp online. BetterHelp is a fantastic company that they do like virtual therapy. And apparently I haven't gone through it personally myself yet, but it's supposed to be like way more affordable. So, if that's ever something, that might be a good thing to kind of invest in yourself in that way. But especially because this girl is doing kind of like this still yoga pose. It's, to me, about investing in like your inner being, investing in something that's going to make you stronger internally. And because that's what's really going to give you this ability to speak up without fear. Because I feel like you're going to speak up, there's going to be a little bit of fear, but then you're going to be like, no, I am going to keep speaking. I am going to keep going. I am going to keep doing. And then with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like many of you, the good thing that's going to be coming is you are going to be creating something new. Some of you are going to be creating with your hands, literally. You're going to be like opening some kind of a business, creating something with your hands, and having that voice for you. You're going to reach people because other people feel silenced too. And you're going to be speaking to them and helping them. The other thing I'm hearing is this is also about mastery. The Eight of Pentacles is about doing something to mastery and becoming really excellent at it. So this could be speaking. This could be being a thought leader of some kind, creating something that you're really passionate about, helping people in a way that you're really passionate about. But this is ultimately building upon your own skill sets. And Spirit says, like, you're going to be good at this thing. You just need to give it some time. Give yourself time to explore it and feel it out. I'm hearing specifically for some of you, it's also going to be painting. Like, you want to get into some form of painting. Some of you want to get into divination. You actually want to like read tarot cards. Spirit is saying it's going to take time, but you can do it. Like, you have it. You can have your cake and eat it too. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. We have the Warrior card for you. And then we also have Versatility. Ooh, girl, that's the weed card. I'm being like very serious when I say this. Do you see this card? That like, anywho. I mean, let's be real. It is versatile. We also have hemp that you can like do things with. It's not just about the, But the warrior card to me, this is also a lot like the Page of Swords. This is a lot like, going out and fighting for what you believe in. And for some of you, this could even be like actual law passing. This could be actually like getting into like activism of some sort. I'm hearing, especially as we have the versatility and the warrior card coming out. Maybe you're feeling really called to speak up somewhere for something important and something that you believe in. And Spirit is saying, like, you can go forth and be that warrior, because we do have the sword depicted, and then we have these kind of like ram horns, which the ram actually corresponds to Aries. I would say technically, like, there's like the goat that's like Capricorn, which don't like goats have horns too. Not like this, obviously, it's different. But to me, this is more Aries, because Aries is the warrior. Some of you might be Aries people or have predominant Aries placements. I myself am an Aries Mercury. I feel like that's why I'm able to speak the way that I do. Mercury deals with like how you speak. But having the warrior card means like you're going to go to battle for something that you really believe in. And I don't think you're going to be afraid. You might have some fears, but you're going to be able to overcome them. And that's the good thing that's coming. And then with versatility, because you have kind of worked on yourself and you've honed a skill or a craft, or maybe you've worked on even like studying more of something, you're going to be such like, the word asset just came up for me. And I feel like you're going to be like an asset in terms of like, not like you're a pawn in someone's game. It's not like that, but an asset in the terms of like, you're going to be a gain for an establishment. You're going to be a gain for something that you believe in, or like people are going to listen to you because you have the authority to say and speak and have the proof for what you're doing. So it's beautiful. We also have for you harmony. And we have for you peace. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you know how I was talking about you're going to be able to like, you might be a little bit scared to kind of speak up and say certain things. Many of you, like, that's where you keep getting stuck, is you're afraid to speak up. And Spirit is saying the good thing that's coming is you're not going to be afraid anymore. You're not going to be afraid anymore. And Spirit is also saying that if you do like any kind of candle setting, kind of like we do in the readings here, I'm also hearing from Spirit that your guides like want a candle. Like, obviously it's not gonna be for everybody, but some of you, if you feel like really intuitively pulled, some of like your guides are saying they would like a candle. We have literally 2 images with candles being here, like light a candle and ask for like those fears internally to kind of come to light, to be worked on. I feel like doing something with a candle is going to be really important for you. You can light a candle for peace, just light one for your guides. You can do, like, if you do spell crafting, if that's something you're into, you can do spell crafting with candles. I am a big believer in intention candles. I use them for almost everything. So, definitely like set some intentions for peace and harmony. And maybe in this reading you did that. But you really are going to be overcoming this fear of speaking up and speaking your truth. And we also have for you a weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. And then we also have for you star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. So with the weight of the world, I feel like many of you feel inherently that you cannot speak because you carry the judgment of everybody around with you. And that also is coming out in the judgment card. Judgment usually doesn't mean judgment literally, but I think in this case it does. With weight of the world, you don't have to hold it. And Spirit is telling you, you don't have to hold it. It's not your job to please everyone. It's not your job to be there for every single person. It's not your job to solve everybody's problems. It's not your job to be a punching bag or a doormat. And you are allowed to let it go. You are allowed to be who you are, say what you need to say, and not carry this weight with you. And Spirit is saying the good thing that's coming is those weights are going to be lifted. I feel like many of you have been in it for a long time. Like, I want to cry. Like, I'm getting kind of emotional because it's like, I feel like some of you are getting emotional. I feel like the only time I like start to like cry when I'm reading is because some of you start to cry. But like, carrying that weight. It's just, it doesn't serve you and it's not for you and you don't have to do it. You're allowed to set up boundaries. And that's what all of this big sword energy is about, is setting boundaries with people and just saying what you need to say. And then with star bathing, oh, sorry. With star bathing, I'm actually going to pull up the book on this one because I just feel really called to see what the book has to say about it. I want to say these are in alphabetical order. We'll see. It's so cute. You all are so sweet. A lot of time when I cry when I'm reading, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I made you cry. It's okay. Like, crying is so good. It's such a good like release for whatever you're going through. So, or whatever you're feeling. I don't mind crying. I think it's a good thing. Okay, so star bathing, light body crystal grid transmission and activation. The stars are constantly showering enamorations onto the crystalline grid of the earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Excuse me. Many star seeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten, and all of the information is stored in the crystalline grid. Oh my gosh, I just got the chills. If you pulled this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the earth. Some people believe that I think it's like crystalline grid of the earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing, downloading a star bathing meditation at www.starseedoracle.me. Apparently, if you want to get a meditation for it there, you can go to starseedoracle.me. The card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that your light body, the energy body in the highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate the change of vibration. So I'm just going to let that message be what it is. Very beautiful. And I hope that like gave you some pondering to think about. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a few extra cards here for you. These are just going to be like basically extra blessings that are coming for you. So we're just going to give these a nice little shuffle and we're going to get 3 of them. So we have for you kindness. We love a good kindness. So there is going to be people that are going to show you some kindness. You don't need to be afraid. And yourself, giving yourself kindness. We also have for you grace. Love it. Give yourself grace. And we have for you blessed. Oh my gosh. Literally in a reading about what blessings you're going to be receiving, you got that like you are truly blessed. So I do feel like blessings are also coming. And then we also have for you, I'm going to be rolling the astro dice just to get a little last message here. Ooh. She ran away. We've got Libra, we've got the 3rd house, and Jupiter. Okay, so some of you might be making friends with a Libra. You yourself might be a Libra. Your communication is really going to be blessed. And I say that because the 3rd house is the house of Gemini, and the 3rd house is about communication. And it also like talks about siblings too, communication, siblings, short-term travel. Those are things that could be coming. Jupiter to me is daddy blessings and daddy expansion of the sky. And yes, I say daddy. I refer to Jupiter and Saturn as daddy energy. So I feel like Saturn is like dad. Like that's like dad energy. But Jupiter is daddy energy, if you know what I'm saying. So it's like the planet of luck, abundance, expansion. So I feel like there is going to be that coming, like an expansion for you of mind, of thought, of just what you've kind of been experiencing is going to be expanded upon. And I do feel like you will be receiving some financial gain because the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles are also about abundance. And with Libra showing up, Libra can talk about like romantic partnerships, contracts. There might be a contract coming up soon that is going to be like for your benefit, whether it's like a car, a house, something of that regard, travel, maybe like a contract for like a rental car or something. But That is what I have for you, pile number 2. These are the blessings that are coming for you. Please do not forget that I put all of my cards, dice, things like that down below if you want to get them for yourself. I also have my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal listed down below. I do accept tips for my readings. It is never an expectation, but always appreciated. And please do not forget to follow my Instagram, my TikTok, my podcast. Everything is linked down below for you. And do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. I love you so much, my pumpkins, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Hello there, my beautiful pile number 3s, and welcome into your reading. If you chose this pile, you chose the blue candle. Blue candles often talk about your emotions and also your I would say like emotional balance, emotional fulfillment, emotional well-being. They can also be for calling in rain, interestingly enough. I don't know why Spirit is wanting me to throw that in because they do correspond to the element of water. So you can set any intention you want with this candle. It can be about your emotions, but it definitely doesn't have to be. But all that I ask that you do is you put your left and your right hand over your heart center. And we're going to take a big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just think of this intention. And let's do that. All right. And the reason that we do it that way is because when we do that, we actually set our intention to the vibrational frequency of our heart chakra energy, our heart center. And love is the highest vibration that we as humans can attune our energy to. So when we link those things together, it really kind of boosts that intention. So this flame, I would say, is pretty large from this angle. So I feel like many of you, either you're starting to feel like better about something, or there is like this, maybe you're actually feeling really intense emotion right now. Spirit is definitely saying there might be a lot of intensity, and that can be an intensity of joy, sadness, every emotion, anger, any emotion that you could possibly think of. It's kind of an abundance or an amplification of that. And when I'm filming this, we did recently just have a full moon in Virgo. So maybe some of you are still feeling that full moon energy, but don't forget, these readings are timeless. So even if it's not that time, that message will just be for those of you that saw it when it came out. But I'm going to go ahead and put this intention candle up here for us so we can still see it in the reading. And then we're going to take a peek at the cards for you. So we have the good things that are coming to you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Hello. Love it. We have for you the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The Five of Cups, the Five of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so as far as good news or good things coming to you, my beautiful friend, my beautiful little pumpkin, it looks like right off the bat, we have money. Everybody loves the good news of money. So we do have some money coming your way. And Spirit is saying it's not a little money, because when you see a Nine of Pentacles next to an Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is usually like a gift from the universe, right? It's something that is given to us, but we kind of have to do something with that energy to amplify it. And I feel like you are going to be doing that, because with the Nine of Pentacles, you have done so much with that abundance, that with like what you were given, that now you're able to relax and take leisure time for yourself and really relish in what you've created. So Spirit is saying, like, if you've been financially stressed out, that time is ending. You're not going to be financially stressed out. Because even in these pictures, we have this person shown with holding like a pinnacle, like maybe that's like a seed, right? A seed of this apple tree that shows up later in the Nine of Pentacles. And then there's tons of apple seeds, right? Tons of abundance, tons of pentacles. And so that's kind of what happens. I feel like many of you, if you receive something, you're going to be investing it, not necessarily actually investing. I mean, it could be investing if that's what you're into, but like investing it in yourself, investing it in a hobby, investing it in, like, you're going to do something with that is going to create more abundance. So that's really exciting. Then we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. And I find this really interesting because the Five of Cups usually is about focusing on what we've lost instead of what we've gained. And so Spirit is saying that when you receive these gifts, just be excited about them. Don't be waiting for the other shoe to drop. That often can be in a sign of having a trauma around something. If you're someone that has struggled financially for such a long time, and I know exactly what this feels like. I talk about that a lot on this channel. If you've struggled for a really, really, really long time in poverty or poverty consciousness, it can be hard to celebrate what you have and not be afraid that it's all going to go away tomorrow. But Spirit is saying that you don't need to hold on to that. You actually are a different person now. You've up-leveled yourself to a place where you're more emotionally sound. You're more connected with yourself. You're able to make decisions from a place that is more, I don't want to say mature, but that's kind of what's coming out. That's what the word I heard was, mature. You're more mature and able to handle what life throws at you. So you don't need to be scared. And I know me saying that doesn't make your fear go away. That's something that you yourself will have to pinpoint and work out. But just know that your spirit guides are backing you up on that. They want you to know that you don't have to think that way. And it might take some healing to get through that. But know that this isn't a fluke. This isn't something that's just going to happen and then it's all going to go away. We also have for you the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands often talks about argument, but I actually think in this case, what Spirit is saying is you're going to be maybe having some discussions that are going to open up the relationship dynamics in your life. There are going to be some discussions that maybe things you never thought you could talk about with someone, suddenly you're able to talk about them and you're able to have the open space to talk to others about the matters of your heart. And there are going to be people that are maybe going to challenge it, but it's going to actually open a pathway for that relationship to grow. Each person is going to start giving a little bit of themselves. And as you kind of make space for someone else, even if it's not what you're about, even if it's not a belief that you harbor for yourself, the more space you can allocate for these people, the more space is going to be allocated for you. And Spirit says, like, this is going to be, it could be a point of contention at first, but ultimately it's going to lead to deeper relationships that grow you and they're made strong for you. And you also are going to gain a lot of inner strength from this, because we also have the Seven of Wands, which this card, I feel like we kind of have this witch in the middle and it looks like she's being persecuted by these other witches. And I feel like the cool thing is, let me look at this actually for myself. The cool thing is like, she is not only protected by Spirit. So we have this little black cat, and cats do, when they show up in things, like, to me, they are spirit guides. And it could be you actually have a black cat, like that could be one of your spirit guides specifically, but also, like, this is a form of a spirit guide there to protect you, and know that you are strong enough to go through that. If there is a persecution coming your way, know that you're strong enough to handle it, and you're not going to back down this time. Whatever it is, you're not going to back down this time. And you, like, because of everything that you've experienced so far and everything that you've gained, there might be people that see all of this Nine of Pentacles, energy, and they don't like, maybe they don't like how you're doing something, but ultimately you've been made strong enough to handle it. You're no longer afraid of these opinions of other people. You're no longer afraid of the persecution. So as I'm saying this, if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want people to persecute me, I feel so afraid. No. The good thing in this is Spirit is saying the strength that's coming out of this is that you're going to come to a place where you're no longer afraid of it. And I feel like pile number 2 talked a lot about fear as well and overcoming it. Excuse me. So if that's something that you feel like you're really resonating with in this message, maybe go back and watch pile number 2 as well, especially if you felt called to both. That happens a lot in my readings. But ultimately, Spirit just wants you to know that, like, no, you have the strength to hold your own. Like, it's going to be okay. And then also with this 5 of Wands, I want to go back to it. We have this like group here over a cauldron, and they look like they're all kind of having a discussion. This also might just be like, maybe you're going to find out that you are safely able to gather with some friends. You know, that's something that many of us haven't had the opportunity to do for a really long time. And obviously, that message, I'm not going to be able to speak to every single person on that. It depends on a lot of things, a lot of feelings, a lot of, but, and I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not giving you my opinion on those things either. I'm just saying that Spirit is saying that, if there's anybody you haven't been able to see, or maybe it could even be a virtual event as well, there's going to be like a coming together of a group that I think is going to be good. So especially if you've been feeling like you've been like friendship starved, I feel like many of you are going to not feel that. I'm also hearing some of you are going to get a cat. I don't know why that just came through, but almost on every photo or on every card, we have a cat depicted, and this deck has cats throughout it, but like, I feel like in this one, like some of you in particular, it's going to be a calico cat, I'm hearing. Like you're going to be getting a cat or a black cat. It could be something else, but those are the two that are coming through. And this cat is going to be one of your spirit guides. So pay attention to that. If that's you, or if you've just recently gotten a cat that matches that. Now we also have for you the Manifest card. And we have for you the Ascension card. So with the Manifest card, this card is really about manifesting your reality into being. And Spirit saying, like, maybe you've never had a manifestation come true for you, or you haven't had the law of attraction like really make itself known in a big way yet. And Spirit is saying the good thing that's coming to you is something big that you've been trying to manifest, that like, you're like right at your wit's end. You feel like it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Something big that you've been really trying to seek after, it's coming. And we're actually going to look up this Ascension card. I've been trying to read from the book a little bit more on certain decks, because I used to be really hard on myself and be like, oh my gosh, you have to know every single card from all of your like 60 decks before you can use them in readings. And honestly, I think I learned the deck so much better when I just jump in and start reading. So pro tip to all of you that want to read tarot cards, like just start reading. It actually is better for you just to start reading versus trying to be perfect at it. So we are going to look this one up because I've never seen it before, I don't believe. And this is the Ascension card. So with Ascension, this says the card is a testament to all the work you have done. Ooh, my sacral chakra just lit up. It is a nod from the universe that your efforts are seen and are being rewarded. Things are moving forward, and you will continue to progress and reach a higher state of consciousness, as well as in earthly success. Ooh, I just got the chills. This card can also be encouraging you to deepen your spiritual practices and work towards alignment with the highest codes of your being. Life is all about moving and reaching our full potential. You are well on your way. Keep going. So then it says on the flip side, which we didn't get the card reversed, so I'm not going to read the flip side. But I feel like in terms of good things, literally, I just said like something big that you've been trying to bring into your life, that maybe you even put work towards it. Your guides want you to know that that is coming. You are pulling it towards you, and you're being guided by Spirit, because we have the wings here, that are very like angelic. You're being guided also possibly by your galactic family. Those of you that know more about starseeds and stuff, because there's also planets depicted in this image. I don't know how well you can see those, but there's also planets and like otherworldly kind of being depicted. So I feel like this also could be being like divinely guided by your galactic family if you've ever reached out and asked for help. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Now we also have for you the card of inspiration. And we have the card of imagination. So I feel like these things that you have asked for that are coming in, they're coming because once you originally felt inspired, you took action and did something with that intention and you imagined it into being. You imagined it into being. Either you wrote it out on paper or you actually imagined it in your mind. Now, obviously, some people are not able to have imagination that's like actually a thing in medical terms. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but there are some people that cannot imagine. And so like maybe you like wrote it down very specifically and didn't imagine it up here in the brain so much. But I feel that that's why these things are coming, is because you already laid the groundwork and you've waited for it and it's finally here. And it's gonna, whatever this is that is coming, this big intention that's being opened up for you, I feel, or this big manifestation that's coming, it's going to leave you feeling inspired and you're going to want to imagine more. Like you're going to be so excited with what you've created that you're going to want to be like, "Oh my gosh, what do I think of next? Like what can I imagine in my life next?" So, I love that. We love a new inspiration. Now we also have for you, we have I Remember, Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus the Destined Life. Ooh. And then we also have Jump In, Andromedan Energy, Adventures, Say Yes to Change. So with I Remember, this is like when we talk about like soul contracts or I feel like obviously this all goes off of like what your beliefs are. I don't necessarily believe that any belief is truly wrong. I think we as people make those things true. We like from our ability to manifest things, like all things can kind of be true to some regard. So I'm not trying to challenge your belief system with this. So just take it for what it is. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But when it comes to I Remember, if you have kind of like, a lot of people describe like deja vu, like having deja vu because you've already been given a preview of this life and what you wanted to experience in this lifetime. And so this is like you remembering parts of that. Maybe you're going to remember a past life. Maybe you're going to remember something before this, or like you're going to get feelings of deja vu. It was part of your soul plan to experience this, to manifest this. This was one of those, like, personally, I believe that our lives aren't like mapped out 1,000% because I think we still have autonomy and can change our path at any time. But I do believe that there are like big events, like there are big things that are meant to happen that will change the course of your life in one way or another. And I feel like this is one of those big things. And with Jump In, Andromeda Energy, I feel like this is coming out because I mentioned like maybe your galactic family is helping you out. So you could also find that you are an Andromedan starseed. So if you don't know what that is, definitely punch that one into Google and take a look at it. I would love to do a podcast episode on starseeds. I just don't feel like I know enough information to do it yet. Eventually, someday, when I have the time to study a little bit more. But just really interesting stuff, the stuff I have read. And this is also about saying yes to change and allowing yourself to go in a new direction. Do something that you feel called to do. Do something that you've been wanting to do and go at it full tilt. Go all the way. Don't just do it a little, do it all the way. And Spirit is saying that like you're going to have the emotional fulfillment with our candle here. You're going to have the intelligence, the wherewithal, and you don't really need anybody else to go with you. I'm also hearing like many of you are like, "Oh, but this person isn't about it, so I shouldn't do it." Nah. You don't need anybody to go with you. You can do this. You can do whatever this is on your own. And just don't give up on yourself is really a big message I'm hearing. So I'm going to shuffle these cards and we're going to get 3 of more blessings that are coming to you. So let's just see. Oh, what do we get? All right. We got for you balance. We love a good balance. We got for you embrace. It says, this also says rose quartz, pink opal on it. I don't know why. I didn't read the crystals for like any other cards, but that one for some reason I felt like I needed to. which is funny because I'm actually on this arm right here with my Fitbit. I'm actually wearing, these are Gem Goddess bracelets because she's bracelets. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. She's a queen and I love supporting her. But this one right here is a Madagascar rose quartz. Rose quartz is like my favorite crystal of all time. I have so many of them. I'm a big conduit of self-love, okay? But with Embrace, I feel like this is about embracing yourself, embracing your true nature, and you're going to feel ready to fully embrace that. So we also have for you as a last one, inspiration. So you got inspiration twice. I feel like if you've been feeling really lackluster and uninspired by life, a good thing that is also coming is like a re-inspiration and like you're going to get reignited in life. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and roll the Astro dice for you. We're just going to get a final message from spirits. We have Libra, Jupiter, and this is the 6th house. Sorry, I had to make sure it didn't say 9. So Libra and Jupiter, it's funny, pile number 2 also got Libra and Jupiter. Libra is going to be, Libra is Venus ruled. So I do feel like this could also deal with like self-love, loving yourself more. This is also like Libra to me really rules like beauty. So I feel like some of you are going to be getting like beauty upgrades. Like you're going to be feeling more attractive when you look in the mirror is what I'm hearing. And Jupiter, Daddy Jupiter, Daddy Jupiter is coming out to say like, this is the planet of luck, expansion of like consciousness, of philosophy, things like that. And then with the 6th house, this is going to be the house of Virgo. Virgo deals with health, service, routines. So I feel like you're going to be getting into like better health, maybe creating a new routine that really honors this part of you is something that Spirit is telling you to do. Like come up with a new evening and nighttime routine that really support what you're trying to do or who you're trying to be in this lifetime. Or especially if you've been trying to manifest this really specific thing that I keep talking about, make and create a morning and night routine that what would it be like? Who would you be if you received this thing? What would it be like? What would your routines change to? You can write it out. You can act it out if you have the means or you're able to do it that way and like make it believable to yourself, because that's really what it is. It's not about having the exact thing. It's whatever method of manifestation that will work for you. It's the one that you can get your unconscious on board with. If you can get yourself to believe it with every fiber of your being that it's already yours, then that's the manifestation technique that you should use. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I'm so excited to hear about all of your blessings, your receivings. Please come back and, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to check out any of the cards, the dice, everything is going to be listed down below for you. And if you feel called to do so, it's never an expectation, but always appreciated. I have my Venmo, Cashapp, and PayPal listed down below. I accept tips for my readings, but again, I don't expect that from you, but it certainly is appreciated. And please do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, and my podcast, all listed down below. And I'll catch you next time, pumpkins. I love you. Bye. All right, my beautiful pumpkins, if you chose this pile, you chose pile number 4, and you chose the purple candle. Apologies, looks like we're getting a little bit dark in the room right now. See if I can actually change the lighting just a little bit. We're losing some sunlight. But if you chose this pile, you chose the purple candle. Purple actually corresponds to the psychic ability. This is going to be psychic ability, psychic powers, things like that. I actually feel like the cool white light genuinely looked better, so we're going to go back to that. Sorry about this. But yes, purple candles correspond to psychic ability. They correspond to really connecting you deeply with your intuition and the divine feminine. So what I ask of you is that you put your left and right hands over your heart so you can attune the energy of your intention to the frequency of love, because that is the highest vibrational frequency we as humans can attune our energy to. So put your left and right hands over your hearts. I want you to take a big, deep belly breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, on an intention, on something that you want to bring into your life at this time. It can be something that has to do with intuition, or it can be literally anything you want. But let's go ahead and take that deep breath together. All right. Go ahead and light this with our enchanted lighter, and we'll see what happens. All right. I feel like this flame, it like kind of almost started up in the shape of a heart. So I feel like Spirit is saying to work on your heart chakra, work on your heart center, because the heart is actually the center chakra as well that links the bottom three chakras and the top three chakras. So definitely work on your heart chakra, on centering it, opening it, especially if it's blocked or closed off. Many of you I'm hearing might even have a blocked or closed off, heart chakra, and Spirit wants you to work on opening that a little bit more. You can get yourself some rose quartz. You can listen to heart chakra music on YouTube. You can also meditate, do like heart chakra meditations. I find that those are very helpful. But I'm going to go ahead and put our intention candle right up here so we can still keep our eye on it in the reading. And let's go ahead and see what we have in the cards for you. So right off the bat, we do have the Tower for you. And don't you worry, never you mind. This is still going to be good things that are coming. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Empress, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. So first and foremost, Spirit wants you to know that the good thing that is coming, or one of the good things that is coming, is you are going to be getting re-inspired by life, and you are going to be feeling like you are ready to like go for something new. And it's not necessarily an opportunity or anything like that. It's you are just going to be filled with this like energy, like you're going to get an energy replenish. And I say that because the Knight of Swords is somebody that fearlessly will go after what they desire, and they will charge at it directly. So I feel like you're going to be getting this like fear. Fear has been coming up in every reading today, by the way. I think every single pile we talked a little bit about fear. So I think we're all kind of navigating out of this like mental fog collectively. But you are going to be getting like re-energized in life to move forward on something that maybe has been paused for a while. Now, with this Tower, of course, we got to talk about it because everybody knows when the Tower comes out is like, oh my gosh, what in my life is about to turn upside down? And honestly, I actually think when it comes to this is something that potentially has already happened. Like maybe there was something in your life that just got like super destroyed. Maybe you lost a job, lost someone, lost a romantic partner. There could be a multitude of things. Maybe your car just broke down. Like there's just so much. So I feel like this is something that already has happened, because if you notice, we don't have the lightning bolt in this Tower. Like I guess you could say like her wand in this image is kind of acting as the lightning bolt, but I feel like in this deck, if you didn't know this, all tarot decks read a little bit differently. Like the energy of each one is always a little different depending on the imagery. And I feel like in this deck in particular, and what I'm hearing from Spirit right now as I'm channeling, is that it's kind of like the rubble stage. But from that rubble stage, the great things are coming. So if that's kind of where you are right now, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, how am I going to find my way out of this? This is such a mess. Da, 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 da. Like, know that good things are coming, and you actually can have anything. And that's true for everyone, but you right now are actually being blessed with being able to call things into existence a lot faster. And I say that because we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune literally is that fortune. So like this could be literal financial gain. It can be good health. It can be joy. It can be a marriage proposal. I'm hearing for some of you, expansion of knowledge, expansion of the heart. Maybe there's like something to do with like fame that you're wanting to receive, something for you that you have really been putting intention on or has been on your heart is about to be received. And I also say that because all of those things are depicted in this image. And this woman is like spinning this wheel, this beautiful wheel of fortune that like everything on it is really good. So I do feel like in this in particular, like it's all very like exciting things, and you're going to get what you wish for. Now, we also have the Six and the Four of Cups, and I feel like both of these cards are a lot about diving into the past, because the Six of Cups talks about like past connections. Maybe you're going to link up with a friend from the past. Maybe you're going to find, literally, some of you or one of you might be finding like a long lost sibling. I'm hearing from Spirit that you're going to be reconnecting with someone. And the Four of Cups is about really getting into, again, your heart center. This reading is very heart center based. The Four of Cups can often be about like a dissatisfaction with life, but it's also about like that dissatisfaction is actually causing us to go inward and to ask what would satisfy us, what would make us feel how we desire to feel in life. And is it something that we have the control to change right now or the power to change right now? Or is it something that's going to take a little more work? So I feel like the good thing that is coming is you're finally going to have the time, the space, the mental energy to start sifting through these things. And I feel like whoever you link up with that's from the past that's coming, Spirit is telling me that this is somebody that's going to help you facilitate that. They're going to help you to kind of open up a little bit more. They're going to really deep dive with you. They're going to be someone that's going to be there for you to help you really unpack whatever maybe got turned into rubble before for you. So you're going to have the support of someone else, at least one person I'm hearing. And for some of you, that might be what you've been waiting for. You just want to feel supported by someone. And we also have the Empress. And the Empress is really about birthing something new. So this could actually be that some of you are wanting to get pregnant. Obviously, that's not going to be everyone. But those of you that are wanting to get pregnant, Spirit is saying the good thing that's coming is like pregnancy. If you've been wanting that, it's coming. And, so get excited about that. Get excited for it. Those of you that are not wanting to get pregnant, this doesn't mean that you will, because remember, this is good things that are coming. So if that's not your intention, obviously that's not going to be the case, but, it's pregnancy for some of you. It's also just the birth of new connections with others, the birth of an exciting project, the birth of a new job, the birth of a new, like even a new home. I'm hearing some of you might be moving. I'm seeing somewhere that has a little bit more like land to it. Like you're wanting to move where you have more land, to like garden or be outside more, to create more outside. What is this being depicted? Oh, it's a dog. Some of you also might have a spirit guide that's a dog. Or like maybe you're also going to be like, maybe it's not you that's pregnant. Maybe like this is going to sound interesting, but I'm also hearing from Spirit that like some of you, if you've been wanting to adopt like a puppy or a kitten, like the person that whoever you're going to adopt from, like maybe it's adopting or rescuing, however, there's I'm hearing from Spirit that like the mother of that kitten or puppy or that mother is going to be pregnant. So you will be receiving or be rescuing or adopting a new animal companion. So if that's something you've been thinking about, know that like that is coming, right? Or they're about to like give birth. Maybe they've been pregnant for a while and that's like the news. Like you're going to get the news about that. If you've been waiting for like, maybe you call a shelter and you're waiting for someone to tell you that like a kitten or a puppy has come in to kind of hear about it. So just know that that's something that I'm hearing. And then we also have I want to really touch back on this 6 and 4 of Cups. I feel like many of you are also getting more into your intuition, because cup cards always talk about the intuition. They talk about, cup cards are overtly intuitive. And because you picked the purple candle, I do feel like Spirit is saying you're also going to get an increase in your own intuition coming soon. Like if you've been really trying to connect with yourself, or you've never really known what it's felt like to have, even though I believe everybody has psychic sense to some degree, I feel like you're going to be getting an increase of that. Maybe you're going to get like a psychic hit all of the sudden. That's a good thing, not like a slap to the face or anything, but like a psychic, you're going to get something that is going to be like, oh my gosh, like this is what that feels like. And you're going to recognize it. So Spirit is saying like, if that's something you've set intention for, like know that that's coming. We also have for you the Shadow card. And we also have for you the surrender card. So I feel like with the shadow card, and again, I apologize about the lighting. We got kind of this candle lit and backlit thing going on. Within the next month, I should be in a new room in my house with like actually good lighting that I can control. So that won't be an issue in the near future. So, but I do apologize. Y'all get the romantic reading, okay? Yours is the darkest reading of the day. Dark in lighting, not dark in what we've got. So Spirit also wants you to know that like from doing this like internal shadow work, surrendering the things that were out of your control, especially if you did experience a tower moment, Spirit is saying there's good things that are coming from that because it's going to also open you up to trusting yourself more. I'm also hearing that your third eye is being open, especially with this surrender because we have an eye being depicted. I'm hearing that for some of you, your third eye might feel very active right now. You might be having psychic dreams, psychic visions, seeing people for who they actually are without them even needing to open their mouths. You're getting like an increase from your third eye. Some of you might even be feeling your third eye tingling right now. And I say that because I'm feeling that right now. And usually when I feel it, it's because some of you are feeling it. So your third eye, if you don't know, is located like kind of between your eyes and then up just a little bit. But that like space on me is tingling. So, and that's like a big sign that your third eye is opening as well, as if you get kind of tingles there. But that's exciting. Oh my gosh. Like what a cool, especially if you've never experienced that, like that's freaking awesome. And then with the shadow, I'm also seeing with the shadow, like there's these bat wings depicted on the card. And I feel like bats, this is also an indication of the third eye because bats, I don't know if every single breed of bat is blind. I'm not a scientist. Like I don't know enough about the study of bats, but I know that a lot of them are blind and they move around with echolocation. So it's like having another sense that isn't just normal vision. So I feel like this also is talking about your third eye. Headaches can also be a sign of opening your third eye. Not like in my experience when opening my third eye, they weren't like super intense, crazy headaches. They were just like slight pressures. For some people, it could be more intense though. So just know that like, if that's something you've been working on, that's a gift that you're receiving. We also have for you a grace. And we have for you beauty. Oh my goodness. So with the beauty card, I feel like many of you are going to be you're going to be feeling more attractive. You're going to be like updating your wardrobe. You're going to be updating the way that you feel about yourself is going to be amplified. And if you already feel fabulous about yourself, know that like that is even going to be amplified as well. Like no matter where you are on your own self-image journey, know that you're going to be actually like looking in the mirror and you're going to be seeing yourself as your higher self because you're so connected. And how we see ourselves is how we reflect outward. So you're going to be getting a boost in beauty as well and confidence. And I'm also hearing from Spirit that you're also going to be filled with such grace about it. Like having the grace, I feel like to do anything in life is such a blessing. To be filled with grace as you kind of move through the world. I almost look at it sometimes as just being able to be like gentle and slow with yourself. And I feel like that's something that maybe you felt like you haven't had the ability to do for a long time. And Spirit is saying now is that time for you to get to feel that and to do that and move in the world in that way. And we also have for you water your garden. Oh my gosh, I literally just said like you're going to have more time to slow down. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So yeah, Spirit is literally saying you're going to be also bestowed with the gift to rest. I feel like many of you maybe have been like hustle, 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 or like you've had to keep moving for be it survival, be it because you feel like it's what you had to do or what was expected of you. And Spirit is saying the good thing that's coming to you is you're finally going to catch a break. And we also have for you called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So I feel like many of you might even also be being blessed with like a more depth in your own spiritual awakening, like going through that tower moment. You may have already like activated a spiritual awakening. I believe we can have multiple throughout our lifetime. Sometimes I feel like something I don't hear many people say, but I feel like our whole life in some way is kind of a spiritual awakening, no matter where you are along the journey. I don't really think it ever truly stops. Some parts are obviously harder than others, and there might be bigger moments than others, but when you're going through this like psychic and spiritual awakening, you're getting more depth on the gifts that you already have. And I feel like it's going to give you the ability to actually see, oh my gosh, this is what I want for my life. This is how I'm going to get it. And this is what, like, you're going to be stepping into a completely new doorway in your life. Like a door might close, but another one is going to open right back up, and it's going to be better than you ever could have imagined, because we have this person walking towards this very cosmic doorway. And I feel like that's what you're walking into right now, this beautiful time of being able to surrender more, slow down more, and just know that you are truly taken care of. And I also have some cards here that I'm just going to shuffle real quick, and we're going to get some extra gifts that are coming, extra blessings that are coming for you, good news, other things that you're going to be receiving. We're going to do 3. So let's see what we got here. We have enjoy. So you're actually going to have the time to slow down and enjoy life. We also have for you magic. So you're going to be also getting into your magic. That's beautiful. And even if like you're someone who doesn't believe in like magic or like witchcraft or things like that, it doesn't even have to be on that level. Magic to me is everywhere. Like it doesn't, like everything can be magical if you make it that way. And I feel like y'all are actually going to be experiencing like real life magic. And we also have for you love. So I love that, the fact that we got love coming up here, because some of you maybe have been wanting also to make a romantic connection. You maybe been wanting more self-love or the love of like your peers or somebody around you. And Spirit is saying that you're going to feel embodied by love, love for self, love for others. And remember, as we always say, love is the highest vibrational frequency that we can attune our energy to. We know that, facts. So when you do that, you also attract more and more and more love into your life. So that's beautiful. And lastly, we're going to roll the Astro dice and see what we get for you as just a final closing message. So we have the 11th house, Aries. And we also have for you the moon. Okay. So the moon rules psychic sense. 100%. So that to me is just like more psychic sense. We also have Aries, which I feel like you are going to be blessed with this, like, because you have this supercharged energy of the Knight of Swords coming in. Aries to me is the warrior, and the Knight of Swords I feel like could be considered the warrior as well. So it's just getting this like charge up energy. Like I said, if you've been feeling low energy, I feel like you're going to get more energy, but you're also going to be able to take rest. And I feel like that's another reason you're going to feel recharged. And Aries also is a lot about just taking that action. So taking some action in your life, you're going to feel ready to do that. And with the 11th house, this to me is a lot about, it can talk about fame sometimes. It can be about friendships, making friends with others, making new friends, meeting new people, connecting with a friend from the past. Maybe that friend is an Aries, or they could be a Cancer as well, because the moon rules Cancer. That, and I also heard that, like, obviously the 11th house talks about the humanitarian. It's Aquarius energy. And so when we look at the sign of Aquarius, you yourself could be an Aquarius, I'm hearing too. When we look at Aquarius, though, Aquarius is the humanitarian. And so there might be someone, that person that you're going to link up with from the past. They could be somebody that is very much rooted in that, the humanitarian side of things. So or maybe that's you as well, I'm hearing. But that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile number 4. I hope this reading resonated with you. Don't forget that I link all the cards down below for you, and the dice as well if you want to get them for yourself. I also have my Venmo, Cashapp, and PayPal listed if you want to tip me for my reading. It's never an expectation, but of course I always do appreciate it and pour that back into the channel. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok and my podcast. All the links are down below for you. And last but certainly not least, please do not forget, when you stand up in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. I love you all so much, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye, pumpkins.